Plato claimed his story of Atlantis came from Egypt. But is there any proof that the ancient Egyptians knew anything about Atlantis?
The time has come for Atlantis to rise again.
The story of Atlantis, an island nation of advanced civilization and enigmatic origin, has captured the human imagination for millennia. This tale meshes with the grandeur of ancient Egypt, another cradle of profound knowledge and mystery. The connection between these two ancient entities lies primarily in the philosophical works of the Greek philosopher Plato, who first introduced the legend of Atlantis in his dialogues. While ancient Egypt was a real civilization that flourished on the banks of the Nile, Atlantis remains a tantalizing myth, a lost world that has spurred countless explorations and hypotheses, but has evaded concrete historical validation. In his dialogues Timaeus and Critias, which are supposedly from 360 BC, Plato describes Atlantis. It was presented as a mighty power that existed 9,000 years before his time, which would place its existence approximately 11,600 years ago. This island nation was said to have been located beyond the Pillars of Hercules, commonly identified as the Strait of Gibraltar, and was depicted as a utopian society with an advanced civilization possessing a perfect socio-political system and extraordinary architectural achievements. Ancient Egypt was a real civilization that existed between 3100 and 332 BC, before Alexander the Great conquered it, in stark contrast to the mythical Atlantis.
We could cross off 2 items. See the pyramids and witness something majestic.
It was a complex society renowned for its monumental pyramids, temples, and tombs, its advancements in writing, agriculture, and urban planning, as well as its religious and cultural influence. Ancient Egypt's legacy is well documented through archaeological records, hieroglyphic writings, and the enduring structures that still stand along the Nile today. Plato's narratives of Atlantis came from his relative Solon, who was a statesman, lawmaker, and poet. Solon is said to have traveled to Egypt, where priests of Sais purportedly told him the story of Atlantis. In a dialogue between Socrates, Timaeus, Critias, and Hermocrates, Critias narrates the story as his ancestor Solon told it. The Egyptian priests described Atlantis as a powerful empire that waged war against the Mediterranean city-states, including Athens, but eventually fell out of favor with the gods and was swallowed by the sea in a single day and night of cataclysm. Plato's reference to Egyptian sources for the tale of Atlantis gives the story an aura of credibility, as Egypt was considered a repository of ancient knowledge. The Egyptian civilization was ancient even to the Greeks, revered for its perceived wisdom and longevity. It is this veneer of authenticity, combined with Plato's renown as a philosopher, that has made the story an enduring topic of fascination. Plato also wrote about werewolves and ghosts as well. For this reason, many think that Atlantis was an allegory to make a point, and that Plato no more believed in Atlantis than he did werewolves. But today, people cite Plato when they look for Atlantis, even as they ignore his writing on werewolves at the same time. The actual historical connection between Atlantis and ancient Egypt is speculative at best. There is no known evidence from ancient Egyptian records that directly refers to a civilization like Atlantis. Since Plato is the only ancient source that connects the two, contemporary Egyptian accounts cannot independently verify the story's veracity. Speculation abounds that the Great Library of Alexandria in Egypt, a massive repository of ancient texts that was tragically destroyed, may have held further information about Atlantis.
The stomp of its sandals heard from the Iberian Peninsula in the west, through the halls of the Great Library of Alexandria in the east.
The Great Library of Alexandria, often celebrated as one of the most significant libraries of the ancient world, was a remarkable center of learning and scholarship located in Alexandria, Egypt. Founded in the early 3rd century BC during the reign of Ptolemy Philadelphus, it was part of a larger research institution called the Museum, which was dedicated to the Muses, the Greek goddesses of the arts and sciences. Functioning as a beacon of academic pursuit, the library amassed an extensive collection of works. It is said to have housed hundreds of thousands of scrolls, which included literature, scientific texts, historical works, and documents from all over the known world. Scholars from diverse cultures gathered there to access its vast resources, conduct research, and engage in intellectual discourse. The library's exact contents remain largely unknown, but it is believed to have contained many of the most significant works of the ancient world. some of which are now lost. The scholars associated with the library made notable advances in various fields, including mathematics, astronomy, medicine, and geography. Tragically, the Great Library of Alexandria suffered multiple incidents of destruction over the centuries, with accounts of fires occurring under the rule of Julius Caesar, and later during the reigns of Emperor Aurelian in the 3rd century AD, and under the decree of Theophilus of Alexandria in 391 AD. The final blow was likely during the Muslim conquest of Alexandria in the 7th century AD. The destruction of the Great Library has been lamented as a significant loss to cultural and intellectual history. With its demise, it is believed that a vast amount of ancient knowledge, including works by classical authors and philosophers, was irretrievably lost. The library remains a symbol of intellectual achievement and a subject of historical intrigue and speculation about the extent and content of its once great collection. The possibility that the Great Library might have contained more details about Atlantis tantalizes scholars and enthusiasts alike. However, this is purely speculative, as there is no concrete evidence to suggest that any additional information about Atlantis was ever housed there, or that such knowledge existed outside of Plato's dialogues. The connection between ancient Egypt and Atlantis remains a tapestry woven from threads of myth, philosophy, and the enduring human quest for knowledge. While the existence of ancient Egypt is a well-known historical fact, Atlantis is a legend that has its roots in Plato's dialogues, which may have drawn inspiration from Egyptian stories. The destruction of the Great Library of Alexandria only adds to the enigma, as it may have contained untold historical treasures, perhaps even insights into the tale of Atlantis. The allure of Atlantis, intertwined with the profound legacy of ancient Egypt, endures as one of history's most captivating mysteries, a testament to the enduring power of stories and the quest for ancient wisdom. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and subscribe to this channel. This will allow us to make more videos.